Hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play King's Quest VI. Last time, we were reintroduced to Prince Alexander, who was formerly known as Gwydion in King's Quest III, and he was given a vision of Princess Cassima, who we rescued in King's Quest V as King Graham. And now that she's back on the land of the Green Isles after being away for quite some time, it seems things have changed around here. She's engaged to the Vizier, her parents are dead, and things just do not seem right. So let's have a look around. Hello?
The sign says pawn shop. The sign above the door says Ali's Books.
Alright, and who are you?
An old beggar is peddling his wares in the village. He offers a variety of lamps, all neatly lined up on a long pole. The village continues to the north through a key-shaped arch. There's a battered wicker chest in front of a shop.
And it's not important.
Old lamps for new! Old lamps for new!
You'll be hearing that a lot, folks, because he likes to yell at every so often.
Alexander is standing on a sunny village street. There are open shops to his right, a hard-packed path beneath his feet, and palm trees waving over his head. To the north, a key-shaped arch leads to another part of the village.
Alright, well let's check this guy out. Old lamps for new. That doesn't seem like a good policy. Oh, for some reason I was looking for a mouth, but no, it's a speech bubble.
Oh.
Okay, yes, we get it.
Good day, peddler.
Good day, sir. If you would like to get one of my fine new lamps, I'll need an old lamp in trade.
Isn't it a rather bad business? Taking old lamps and giving new lamps in exchange?
Well, there's always a chance that I'll find a genie. If I had a genie, I'd be richer than a king. Besides, there's always a roaring business in antique luminaries.
Ho, trust me, you do not want to find a genie. Remember what happened last game? Ugh. I don't know, maybe if this was a Quest for Glory world, and then we'd have a good genie. But unfortunately, it's not. Anyway, let's enter the bookstore.
Hello. I will be right up.
Alright.
Now, what can I do for you?
What was that? That was probably nothing.
An old man occasionally steals sidelong glances at Alexander from under a concealing hood.
It's a weird little eye thing he had there. I guess it must be an infection. Who knows?
A plaque bearing a merchant crest hangs over the doorway. The bookshop owner must be proud of his credentials.
I'd love to be a bookshop owner.
The window, partially blocked by the shop's overflow of books, gives a rather dusty view of the street outside. Alexander is standing in a cozy little shop. Books of every size and shape line the walls. A crackling fire in the fireplace completes the tranquil scene.
Man, I could spend so long in here.
Good day, sir.
The mysterious old man just ignores Alexander.
Oh, come on.
Good day, sir.
The mysterious old man... For some inexplicable reason, Alexander feels compelled to avoid this hooded old man.
Alright.
Volumes of poetry are on display on this bookshelf.
Oh, let's check it out.
Thinking of Cassima, Alexander decides to leaf through one of the volumes of love poetry. He reads, "Thy hair, thy lips, thy beauteous face, and all thy studied female grace have won for thee anon a place within this broken breast." Not bad. And another. "Upon the shore the lilies bend, untouched by worldly care, where shadow they her earthly bed, oh, that she were not there." Yikes. And another. "What was it when I looked at you? What power has chained me through and through, and binds my heart with links so tight I cannot live without the sight of you? What nameless thing has captured me and made me powerless to flee? What thing is it without a name that brings my mind e'er back the same to thee? The name of love cannot apply. Its commonness does not decry the haunted, hunted, painful cry that my heart makes for you, that e'er my soul eternal makes for you.
A little close to home, that one.
Alexander returns the love poem book to the shelf.
Uh-oh.
A page has fallen from the poem book and now lies on the floor.
By the way, I must say, I love the narrator for this game. He's totally, into the role that he's doing.
Alexander picks up the fallen page. It's the love poem he particularly liked. It must have fallen out of the poetry book.
I see that old volume has lost another page. You may keep it if you like, sir. I have glued the stubborn thing back in place 2 times already.
I do rather like it. Thank you, merchant.
Interesting. Okay, so we have a love poem with us.
These shelves hold a collection of oddly titled guidebooks. Alexander notices such books as How to Become King with Little or No Rupees Down, Finding the Right Girl with the Right Dowry, and Why Good Princesses Like Bad Wizards.
Oh boy, alright. Anything we're interested in?
Alexander is not interested in those self-help books.
Alright. What's over here?
Assorted travelogues and biographies are arranged on these shelves. Right now, Alexander is too involved with the journey he's on to take time to read about the journeys of others.
Too true. Alright, and what's on these shelves?
These shelves hold a selection of cookbooks. Alexander isn't interested in the cookbooks on that shelf. He's had an aversion to cooking ever since he experimented with a certain cookie recipe involving cat hair and fish oil.
Nice throwback to King's Quest III.
A collection of children's books fill those shelves. Alexander is a little old for those children's books.
And what's here?
There's a small table near the door that bears a sign. The sign has undergone a number of changes. It once read 10 pence, but that was crossed out and replaced with 5 pence, then 1 pence, then free. The sign currently reads, Take one, please. Only one book remains on the table. It looks like the bookshop owner really wants to get rid of that book.
Why would no one want this book?
Alexander picks up the book from the small table.
Oh, yes, please, take that book. You have my most humble thanks for doing so, good sir.
If you say so.
Really? Thanks.
I can always accept a free book. Let's check it out. Let's have a read.
Alexander opens the bargain book and reads a paragraph at random.
2 dulcimers raised to the degree of 40 half-dulcimers, divided into equal parts by the third of a cackle of grouse geese, put over the result of 10 fine mackles, albeit small fine mackles, stretched over the total of 53 1/8 bottles of wild beast lard.
Phew, what an incredibly boring book. No wonder the bookshop owner wanted to get rid of it so badly.
Yeah, probably not one meant for pleasure reading, and it seems more like an instruction manual for something or other, but, what for we actually will never find out. What's this right here?
There's a book entitled The Changing Role of Court Entertainers Through the Ages on the small table in the reading area. It appears that some regular customer likes that book. Alexander rests his feet for a moment. Alexander picks up and leafs idly through a book called The Changing Role of Court Entertainers Through the Ages. Well, that was refreshing.
Alright, also I have to say I love the environments in this game. Note that there's very little space that there is to work in, and so what they did was they put all these books in the foreground to kind of, give some perspective to make everything seem a little bit grander, but also let you kind of limit yourself to just this area. So that was cool.
Good day, sir. I'm a stranger in this land. What can you tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
That is quite a question, young man. Who are you, and what would you have me tell you?
My name is Alexander. I know I'm on the Isle of the Crown, but I'd like to know whatever you can tell me about this island, and if there are other islands nearby.
You are indeed a stranger. Anxious is the man who knows not the customs of the land beneath his feet. This island is called the Isle of the Crown, because the royal family's castle is here. Besides the castle, we also have this village, and the docks over to the west. There are at least 3 other islands: the Isle of the Sacred Mountain, the Isle of the Beast, and the Isle of Wonder.
At least 3? Does no one know for certain?
This is no ordinary land, Alexander. The land of the Green Isles has always been a place of vague boundaries, as if islands come and go. Legend speaks of a 4th island, an isle shrouded in mists. I myself have never seen it. Then, too, the land of the Green Isles is said to exist on the boundaries of this world and the next. Even darker places are reputed to be closer here than anywhere else in the world.
That's quite a claim.
Claim, yes, but probably just local superstition. We who live here on the Isle of the Crown, at least, sleep well enough at night.
Those first 3 islands you mentioned, how might I learn more about them?
Ideally, a young man seeking such knowledge would travel to their shores and learn about them firsthand. Meeting the leaders of each place would be helpful, naturally. Unfortunately, the ferry no longer runs between the islands. There has been much political unrest, and it has been too dangerous to travel for years. Perhaps the ferryman can tell you more. He has little enough to do these days. And if you haven't been there already, you might seek an audience at the castle.
Thank you kindly, merchant, for all your good advice.
Ah, but advice is free, Alexander. Making use of it costs much more.
Alright, so yeah, he mentions the ferryman. There is one, and he will not talk to you until you talk to the bookseller first. Is there anything here on the...
An antique leather-bound book is displayed on a little stand on the counter. On the elaborate cover is the title, Ye Useful Book of Magic Spells.
Oh, we've dealt with one of those before.
How much for that book on the counter, merchant?
It is a fine book, is it not? I obtained it from the estate of the one and only magician this kingdom has ever had. Poofed himself into an aardvark in the end, or so I heard. I never found the spells all that useful myself, but then I lead a boring life. I tell you what, if you can find another rare book, something a bit more marketable, I might be willing to exchange the spelled book for it.
Fair enough. Alright, so, something to keep an eye on. Alright, let's get out of here and go see about that ferryman. I'll head to the pawn shop eventually, don't worry. It's an interesting place, but there's a few other things to do. Hello.
There's a young girl in the yard. The girl is dressed in a long, plain orange robe with a thick headdress. From the appearance of her clothes, and from a skittish, fearful look about her, Alexander gets the strong impression that she is a servant, or even worse, a slave.
Ooh.
The serving girl appears to be stealing a quiet moment tending the rose bushes.
Hey, how you doing?
The girl is too far away to hold a conversation with Alexander.
Ah, that's too bad. Oh well. Huh?
You lazy thing! Get back to work and stay away from those roses! I've told you 1,000,000 times, those flowers are too sweet for the likes of you! You've still got to do the breakfast dishes, make lunch, and clean the stables yet this morning! And get your veil back on! No one wants to look at your face!
Yes, stepmother.
That poor girl. I'd say it's Snow White, but we've already had our Snow White folklore in this series back in King's Quest IV. Well, Snow White wasn't actually in it, but the dwarfs were. Is there something rustling?
Alexander is standing on a dirt street leading through the village. To his right is a fine house with a private yard. The yard is surrounded by a gated fence and is full of red rose hedges. The street continues off to the northwest, from which direction Alexander can feel a light sea breeze.
There we go.
Hey, stranger, come join me. The water is wonderful, and I can show you the way to the next island.
Oh, that's exactly what I need. So let's save here. And as with my usual Let's Plays, if you see a little skip here and there, that means I'm saving. If I warn you to save, that means you should save because something dangerous is coming up. Not that anything dangerous here is coming up.
A young boy is happily swimming in the sea off the docks.
Come on, jump in. A little water won't hurt you.
Sure, why not? Let's make our way to the next island.
Considering the poor condition of the shore, it looks like the easiest way to get into the water is just to jump off the pier.
Go for it.
The powerful currents grab Alexander. Struggle as he might, he feels himself being pulled out to sea.
Not a very good swimmer, are you?
Help me!
Sorry, I think not.
As his head submerges for the third time, Alexander finds himself pondering the wisdom of going out on a limb for a stranger.
Tickets up. Next.
Alexander couldn't handle those currents. That boy must be an unbelievably strong swimmer.
Yeah, for some reason, whenever you get a game over, you come here, and it kind of cuts out. It says, tickets out. But, I wonder what it really says. Oh, well. Anyway, let's talk with this boy. Why is he,
Come on, jump in.
He must be
a little water won't hurt you.
really good swimmer. What's, there's something off about him.
What are you waiting for? I said I'd show you how to get to the next island, didn't I?
Good day. I'm Alexander. What are you doing in the sea?
What does it look like I'm doing? I'm swimming. I mean, come join me. The water's wonderful. I can show you the way to the next island.
Well, I'm not so sure about that anymore. What's up with your eye? What the?
That's strange. The young boy in the water just disappeared. Oh well, perhaps he just dove under the water.
Guess so. Jeez, this is a misty place, I guess. Oh well. Well, I guess that was no help to us. Let's just go see about the ferryman. But will he help us get to the other islands? Or doesn't look like his ferry is in very good condition. Well, let's see what we can figure out next time on Let's Play King's Quest VI. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.